Hi, my name's Lynsey Blyth and I'm a Senior Associate working across the Employment and Immigration teams at Mitchell. The deadline for making an application under the EU settlement scheme is the 30th of June 2021. That's now less than 1 month away. It's therefore vital that eligible EU, EEA and Swiss citizens and their family members make immediate applications under the scheme in order to ensure that they're able to lawfully remain within the UK from the 1st of July onwards. So who's eligible under the scheme? Well, it's EU, EEA and Swiss citizens that were resident in the UK prior to 11 p.m. on the 31st of December 2020. Their family members should also be able to apply in most circumstances. In addition, there are some other circumstances in which you may well be able to make an application under the EU settlement scheme. These include if you used to have an EU, EEA or Swiss family member living in the UK, but you've since separated, they've perhaps passed away, or the family relationship has broken down, or you're the family member of a British citizen and together you've lived abroad in another EEA country, or you're the family member of a British citizen who also has EU, EEA, or Swiss citizenship and who lived in the UK as an EU, EEA, or Swiss citizen before becoming a British citizen. It's also worth noting at this point that eligible Irish citizens need not make an application under the EU settlement scheme, but can do so if they choose. If you apply and you are resident in the UK lawfully for 5 years, um, you'll then be eligible for settled status and you'll be able to live and work in the UK indefinitely. Those that have resided in the UK for less than 5 years by the time that they apply will be eligible for pre-settled status. That permits them to live and work in the UK for up to 5 years or until they're able to successfully apply for settled status. Now, the application process is really straightforward. It can be done online using the UK's government's website and it's free of charge. You really only need to prove your identity and your residence. You can verify your identity fairly easily using your passport, your BRP card, or your BRP permit. You'll also need to provide a digital photo of your face and, in some cases, your fingerprints. If you're an EU, EEA, or Swiss citizen, the easiest way to do this is using the government's EU Exit ID document check app. If you're not EU, EEA, or a Swiss citizen, I'm afraid, you'll have to resort to using post. To prove your residence, you can provide the Home Office with your national insurance number. They'll then undertake automated checks of your residence based on their tax and benefit records. If this check is successful, you won't actually have to provide any further documentation. However, if it's not successful or the check doesn't cover the entire period you wish to apply for, then the Home Office will ask you to provide additional information and evidence. If you have any unspent criminal convictions, you'll also have to disclose these to the Home Office. The Home Office will then determine on a case-by-case basis whether or not these convictions will prohibit you from making an application for pre-settled or settled status. If you're applying to join your EU, EEA or Swiss family member in the UK, you'll also need to provide evidence of your relationship. You'll need to demonstrate that you're in a genuine relationship, that the relationship started before the 31st of December 2020, and that the relationship is ongoing at the time you make your application. So what are the key takeaway points? Well, with very limited exceptions, application for status under the EU settlement scheme must be made by the 30th of June 2021. Failure to acquire pre-settled or settled status will render these eligible people unlawfully in the UK and subject to removal. So if you're eligible and you've not yet made an application, you do need to act quickly. This includes those that are currently resident in the UK with EEA residence cards or EEA permanent residence cards, which were granted under the old rules. Employers can also help with this. Those with eligible employees should be taking active steps over the next few weeks to remind their staff of the looming deadline and to encourage those that are eligible to make applications. Employers should also ensure that their HR and onboarding teams are fully trained and up to date in particular with regards to the right to work checks and how these should be conducted both before and after the deadline of the 30th of June 2021. If you have any questions about the EU settlement scheme or indeed any other immigration matter, please contact me, Lynsey Blyth, or any other member of the Mitchell Moores immigration team. Thanks so much for watching.